get you in a good mood. Let the Christmas get you feeling fine. Put on your dancing shoes and come with me tonight. We're gonna rock till broad daylight.
To some of us, this year's Christmas came rather quickly. For others, we are eager to unwrap the gifts and have our tummies filled with sorrel and delightful Christmas dinner. Whatever you're feeling, Christmas is here. The most important thing, though, is to live in the moment and enjoy the season with loved ones. If you're alone, without friends or relatives close by, then visit a home for the disadvantaged, such as a children's or golden-aged institution. You will be sure to feel revived through acts of selflessness. Thanks for joining us on another edition of Jamaica Magazine. I am Theodore Henry, inviting you to stay with us as we prepare for Christmas Day. The magazine unfolds right now.
Good day, I'm Lorraine Mendez and this is your JIS News for Tuesday, December 24. The Ministry of Agriculture has spent over $1.8 billion to rehabilitate over 250 farm roads across the island between 2015 and 2016. Minister without portfolio J.C. Hutchinson says the improvement work was done under the government's National Farm Road Program.
And I want to congratulate all the persons from RADA who has made this possible. We can't say that all of them have been done well, but we have done our best to see if we can help the farmers in the various communities. And as such, so far we have assisted 15,934 farmers throughout the length and breadth of Jamaica.
Minister Hutchinson was speaking at the official opening of the rehabilitated roadways in the Mall Road and Castleton communities in Balaclava, St. Elizabeth on Thursday. Approximately 150 farmers in these communities are set to benefit from the new roadways.
This road now, we are going to ask the Parish Council, Municipal Corporation, to take over this road so that they are able to maintain it. With that, we are also looking to see if there are other roads which are parish council roads but lead into large production areas where you have a lot of farmers, a lot of cash crops going on, and those areas now we are going to be looking to assist in upgrading those parish council roads to make them more easily to travel on by trucks and vendors and so forth.
Minister of Justice Delroy Chuck says the government is pushing for more persons to make use of alternative dispute resolution ADR in settling disagreements. Minister Chuck says greater focus will be placed on mediation and arbitration to settle matters outside of the courts.
The truth of the matter is that the courts are really overburdened. Somehow we have to get it into the heads of business people, lawyers in particular, that it is better to mediate rather than litigate. When you go to court, you don't choose your judge. But in arbitration, both parties can have confidence in arbitrator or arbitrators who they feel can serve both purposes. What is also interesting is that in mediation, the parties control the outcome.
The Justice Minister was speaking recently at the signing of a cooperation framework agreement between the Jamaica Chamber of Commerce, JCC, and the Jamaican International Arbitration Center Limited, JIACL. Under the cooperation framework, JIACL and the JCC will jointly promote the use of alternative dispute resolution across the island and in all sectors of the economy. They will also deliver capacity building for ADR programs and collaborate with local, regional, and international parties to ensure a cadre of local practitioners are equipped to offer mediation services in settling local and international disputes. The Justice Minister said the framework will also complement the country's arbitration bill that was passed in the Senate in April 2017. The Jamaica Constabulary Force, JCF, is advising against the practice of persons renting privately owned motor vehicles. The caution comes in light of an increase in the number of private vehicles being used in armed robberies across the island. Head of the Constabulary Communications Unit, CCU, Senior Superintendent of Police Stephanie Lindsay, says while the practice is an income generator, persons must weigh the risks involved.
What the members of the organized criminal network are doing, they are renting these vehicles, taking them on various robbery sprees right across the country. And because they are not so connected to it, many times they abandon these vehicles at crime scenes. And then part of the investigation is that the owners of the vehicles will be a feature of these investigations. So we're encouraging persons to rent vehicles from the registered rental car companies.
SSP Lindsay was speaking at a JI's think tank session. She also advises against the practice of meeting up with persons met on social media and encourages parents and guardians to monitor their children.
If you are so compelled to meet with the individual, make sure you're meeting at a very public space. And I would want to recommend a police station. At least we can say there is some level of safety, because we say meet at a public place, but we're up against organized criminals. So if their intention is to take you away, then you go to a public place, then they can still do it.
SSP Lindsay says many times persons go missing without a trace and urges responsible use of social media. Still on security matters, with Christmas Eve being the peak of the shopping period, the Consumer Affairs Commission, CAC, says consumers should only buy from reputable online stores.
They usually invest a lot of money in their IT security infrastructure. They are very good at handling claims and redress. If there's a bad item that you purchase, they will take it back and replace it easily. They have a good call center, they have good customer service procedures in place to assist you in resolving your complaints.
CAC Information Technology Manager Andrew Evelyn was speaking at a recent JI's think tank. Mr. Evelyn further advises persons who shop online to check their credit card transactions regularly and urged consumers to educate themselves about cybersecurity protection. The Westmoreland Health Department is urging citizens to remain vigilant throughout the holiday season to prevent dengue fever and leptospirosis. The health department says with a dengue outbreak still on, persons should use mosquito repellent that contains DEET, check for and destroy mosquito breeding sites, and sleep under mosquito nets. Residents are also encouraged to look for symptoms of dengue, which include a sudden onset of fever, headache, joint pain, vomiting, diarrhea, skin rash, muscle pain, or pain behind the eyes. If symptoms are manifested, persons are advised to visit their doctor or the nearest health facility. Meanwhile, the Westmoreland Health Department is imploring persons not to consume food items that have come in contact with rats, as they will be susceptible to leptospirosis. In addition, persons should rid their surroundings of items that could be breeding areas for rodents. The health department further states that persons who harvest rainwater must be on the alert, as rats, if they have access, will urinate in the rain gutters and contaminate the water, and persons who consume the water can get leptospirosis. Persons are therefore being encouraged to boil their water or treat it by using bleach. Leptospirosis is an infectious disease caused by bacteria that could lead to possible fatal infection of the kidney, liver, brain, lung, or heart. Symptoms of the disease include high fever, severe headache, chills, muscle aches, vomiting, jaundice, abdominal pain, diarrhea, and rash. Failure to expeditiously treat leptospirosis can result in kidney damage, meningitis, liver failure, and respiratory distress. And finally, Miss World Tony Ann Singh has been named Ambassador at Large for the duration of her reign. Miss World was also issued a diplomatic passport. The announcements were made Monday during a courtesy call with Prime Minister Andrew Holness.
You're not just representing Miss World, but you're also an ambassador of the country, so you carry the name proudly, and you will obviously add value to both the Miss World crown and organization and to brand Jamaica.
The courtesy call topped off a weekend visit to the island by Tonian and the Miss World organization. And that's it for JI's News Today. I'm Lorraine Mendez. Thanks for watching.
Mommies and daddies always believe that their little angels are special indeed, and that you could grow up to be anything. But who would imagine a king, a shepherd or teacher is what you could be, or maybe a fisherman out on the sea, or maybe a carpenter building things. But who would imagine a king? Well, it was so clear when the wise men arrived and the angels were singing your name, that the world would be different, 'cause you were alive. That's what heaven stood still to proclaim. One day an angel said quietly that soon he would bring something special to me, and of all of the wonderful gifts he could bring. But who would imagine? Who could imagine? Who would imagine a king?
Next, a recap of the whereabouts of the Prime Minister the week before Christmas.
Prime Minister issues land titles to Portmore residents, welcomes new Kingston Air Traffic Control Centre, and fets newly crowned Miss World Tony and Singh. You're watching Jamaica House Weekly. I'm Anthony Morgan.
We're going to strategically place the housing development where we can effectively create a contiguous urban space that is efficient and that you can live in and feel safe. We can provide the services and we can properly police it.
Prime Minister Andrew Holness Wednesday as he handed over 30 land titles to residents of Greater Portmore, St. Catherine. The titles were handed over as part of a Housing Agency of Jamaica titling program, under which 7,000 titles have been issued across the island. In addition to issuing titles, the Prime Minister said the Housing Agency has so far delivered 3,600 housing units. Meanwhile, Mr. Holness said government was being proactive in providing the 15,000 solutions needed annually to meet the demand for housing. Mr. Holness said the National Housing Trust is also on track to deliver 23,000 housing solutions by 2021.
Next year, we have another program that is going to come that will rapidly increase the number of housing solutions coming to market. What we will do in Bernard Lodge, what we will do in St. Thomas and in other areas of the country will rapidly expand housing. And then we have to now reclaim the communities in Kingston to make them attractive again for people to live in.
By Thursday, the Prime Minister was in the capital to officially open the upgraded Kingston Air Traffic Control Center. The $17 million Air Traffic Management Center has a voice communication control system, automation surveillance system, GPS, master clock and receiver, as well as an air traffic control simulator.
As a result of our efficient, seamless, and safe operations, passengers, businesses, and other stakeholders confidently rely on Jamaica's navigation services for its contribution to a safe global air traffic management system and safe and efficient passage through Jamaica's strategic and highly traversed airspace.
Earlier in the week, the Prime Minister received the Joy Spence rum experience during a tour of Appleton Estate in St. Elizabeth. Mr. Holness got a first-hand view of the distillery and the history behind rum production on the island.
Well, this is an amazing experience. Your knowledge of the entire process is incredible.
On Sunday, the Prime Minister met with newly crowned Miss World Tony Singh. The 23-year-old Jamaican from Bath, St. Thomas, was feted on the weekend upon her return from the competition held recently in London, England. In addition to a welcome reception, the Prime Minister also participated in a courtesy call with the beauty queen. He used the courtesy call to appoint her an ambassador at large.
You're not just representing this world, but you're also an ambassador of the country, so you carry the name proudly, and you will obviously add value to both the Miss World crown and organization and to brand Jamaica.
And that's how we close out Jamaica House Weekly. Be sure to join us next time for more news stories coming out of the office of the Prime Minister.
Mary, did you know that your baby boy would one day walk on water? Mary, did you know that your baby boy would save our sons and daughters? Did you know that your baby boy would one day make you new? And the child that you delivered would soon deliver you. Mary, did you know that your baby boy would give sight to a blind man? Mary, did you know that your baby boy would calm a storm with his hand? Did you know that your baby boy has walked where angels trod? And when you kissed your little baby, you've kissed the face of God. The blind will see, the deaf will hear, the dead will live again. The praises of the Lamb. Mary, did you know that your baby boy is Lord of all creation? Mary, did you know that your baby boy will
day rule the nation. Know that your baby boy was heaven's perfect lamb.
And this sleeping child you're holding is a great
Families may consider a weekend at a hotel as a way in which to spend quality time together during the holidays. The Ministry of Tourism has ensured that there are a variety of hotels on the island. See now how the accommodation sector is expanding.
St. Thomas in the east is also to see an increase in tourism rooms.
The government of Jamaica has targeted the parish for special development focus, and tourism has been selected as a key driver for that development. We are currently developing what we call the newest destination in Jamaica, and it is the St. Thomas tourism destination.
More than 6,000 rooms are being added to Destination Jamaica within 5 years by the year 2021. Jamaica has become accustomed to hosting more than 4 million tourists in a year. 4.3 million persons vacationed here in 2018. With sharp advertisements and an alluring culture, the people keep coming. Like any good host, the country must have a roof under which to put these visitors, especially since they're being invited to the home of all right. So the Tourism Ministry is on a drive to boost the accommodations sector. Expansion of Jamaica's hotel room stock will serve to further propel the economy by providing opportunities for local stakeholders such as manufacturers, farmers, and a host of tourism beneficiaries.
Tourism now has a penetration capacity that we must enable. That the earnings from tourism can now penetrate the economy of Jamaica and is influencing all the consumption patterns within the economy.
The potential for further growth in Jamaica's tourism is limitless. Accommodation increase is a win-win arrangement, spurring investment in terms of job creation and wealth generation.
In a few months, we will have a new resort here of 1,000 rooms. But more importantly, we will have more than 1,000 workers. That means that we would have assisted more than 1,000 households in lifting themselves out of poverty. And that is the shared benefit of investment.
Hotels that have opened in recent years include the S Hotel in Montego Bay, St. James. This European-planned EP design hotel represents the dawn of a new era for the city's business community on the Hip Strip, where the resort is located. The 120-room S Hotel features spa suites, lounges, and a private pool for the 5th and 6th floors, a sky deck, and pool bar. The Excellence Group Luxury Hotels and Resorts now operates a $110 million property in Oyster Bay, Trelawney. It's a 315-room world-class luxury hotel brand. There's also Zoetree Montego Bay and Breathless Montego Bay, which opened nearly 3 years ago.
It's possible for us to have turnaround time for major construction that is less than 18 months. And that's very important for us, as it is also very important for us to satisfy our investors.
Investment in the accommodations sector also comes from local stakeholders. The Sagicor Group opened the Jewel Grand Montego Bay Resort and Spa. By the end of 2019, rooms to come include 500 at the Spanish hotel chain H10's Ocean Coral Spring in Falmouth, Trelawney. The $250 million investment will have ready rooms by December.
Trelawney in the next 3 years, we'll have the second largest inventory of tourism rooms in Jamaica, because the expansion of Royalton is on track. Another 1,200 rooms, 6 on each side. The expansion of Oyster Bay is on track. Another 500 rooms. Then there is Amatera next door, which will start with 1,200 rooms. And then there is harmonization to come with another 2,000 or so rooms. Here we are, in addition to what now exists, that pretty close to 8,000 rooms will be in Trelawney in the next 3 to 5 years.
In boosting the accommodation sector, the Tourism Ministry is also encouraging investors to develop a variety of offerings.
Special needs tourism is one of the new and exciting areas that has potential here in Jamaica. We're looking at how we can help to fund and retrofit some of these smaller hotels in the context of the SMTE.
The home of reggae has over 33,000 rooms specially prepared for visitors. Within a few years, that number is set to increase to over 40,000. Destination Jamaica, the place of sun, sea, sand, and rooms.
No sin to hide, but you have sent him from your side to walk upon this guilty sod and to become the Lamb of God. O Lamb of God, sweet Lamb of God, I love the holy Lamb of God. Oh, wash me in your precious blood, and to become the Lamb of God. I was so lost, I should have died, but you have sent him from your side to be led by your staff and rod, and to become the Lamb of God. O Lamb of God, sweet Lamb of God, love the holy Lamb of God. Oh, wash me in your precious blood, my Jesus Christ, the Lamb of God. Oh, Lamb of God, sweet Lamb of God, I love the holy Lamb of God. Wash me in your precious blood, and to become the Lamb of God, and to become the Lamb of
We've We've come to the end of the show. Catch us again tomorrow, and yes, we will have a show right here on this station on Christmas Day just for you. Until then, please send your feedback on the show to Jamaica Magazine at jis.gov.jm. You may also connect with us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. On behalf of the entire production team, I'm Theodore Henry. Have a Merry Christmas.
This has been a production of the Jamaica Information Service, the voice of Jamaica.